Hello again everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the new Wingflex A320 RMP Cube. So for everyone, welcome back to you wherever you are in the world. Hit like, hit subscribe, and as always, share your thoughts down in the comments below. If this is a product that you're interested in, the link for it will be down in the description below as well. So do head there for more information via the Wingflex website. We're here with the big Fenix updates, A321 CEO, beautiful First Choice Airways livery from yesteryear at Pyrig Devco's epic Birmingham International Airport, and we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And here she is, the units. So at the minute you can see we've got Unicom tuned in 122.8, and we've got a sort of standby com as well. On the right hand side we've got an ACARS ATC message type button with an illuminated display. We've also got an auto land button which shows like a warning for auto land issues, that kind of thing. And we've got transponder bits, and then the radio panel with a couple of standby nav buttons as well, which is pretty neat. It's a very small profile, as you can see here. This behind is the Wing FCU and EFIS, and this is the Wingflex RMP Cube. Just for context, of course, it's really designed to be used in conjunction with the Wingflex FCU Cube, which is here. Really beautiful bit of kit. I do use them interchangeably. I'm starting to prefer the smaller profile of this, but they're both obviously very good. The only big difference, of course, is Wing products are a darn sight cheaper than Wingflex products. The RMP Cube that we are talking about today is $199 US, and depending on where you are in the world, that might then also attract tariffs, fees, import fees, charges, that kind of thing that you may have to cover as the end purchaser yourself. Overall though, build quality, very nice indeed. Let's dive into the flight deck real quick and give you guys a snazzy demo. So we'll take our attention towards the radio stack on the aircraft at the minute, and as you can see it mirrors that of the RMP Cube hardware. Super easy to change the frequencies, and as you can see it's pretty much changing bang on to the millisecond the inputs that I'm making to the aeroplane. Really quite cool. You can change through different comm stacks of VHF 2 and 3, high frequency, and then you've got your standby nav as well, so you could activate standby nav or like the standby VOR modes, and you can see there you get then different radio options that might come on. So you can arm the nav, and then you can see like LS for standby stuff, ADFs on top of the MCDU. So if you get faults with the MCDU in the Fenix or whatever other aircraft you might be flying in, you can use this as a bit of a standby, rather than having to look down on the jet to fiddle around with that yourself. Though to this day I haven't had a failure that requiring input. On the right hand side we'll turn our attention to the transponder, and this is quite an interesting one actually, because it's in an awkward position when we're flying around on vatsim. So if you take a look at the standby TARA part of the TCAS panel, if I move that across you can see the modes do switch, so you can turn them on and off accordingly, and the transponder on standby and auto, and again it's reflected nicely on the jet. Now there is on the panel itself, the RMP Cube, an ATC button. If we press that, the whole display of the hardware, the whole kind of interactivity of the hardware changes. So everything that's now illuminated green now has a different function, and you can see there that it's got our transponder code on the left hand side which matches the aircraft. Now if we get given a transponder code, whatever it might be 1234, might be 7186, 7123, whatever it might be. We can now input that in here. So you'd press ATC to get all of these illuminated panels, and then the numbers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, clear. So we can press that twice to clear it off entirely, and then you can pop in whatever squawk code you get given. If you're flying for any reason, so say we're in the air, we're chatting to whatever frequency that might be, and they can't find us quite on the radar, they're covering a big area, and they ask us to squawk ident, which is obviously the tiny little button below the numbers on the panel in the jet. Now with this, what we can do is just press ATC, and then we can push this button in. And if you look at the button on the actual aircraft in the sim, you can see it depress. So that's us squawking ident. And then you can disarm that to go back to your radio panel to switch away. Now the only thing really for me is I would really love it to have like a 3M set of stickers, like double-sided tape, so I could mount them on my table. Wing do that, and it's a really nice thing to have because you can just mount it and stick it on, which is pretty good. So I've got my whole thing there stuck onto the desk. I would very much like to see Wingflex offer that as well and have a nice decent bit of 3M tape rather than have to have us kind of botch around and mount them ourselves potentially. But that's it effectively, folks. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Hit like, hit subscribe. Nice short video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.